Recap, Star Army. Buckle up, because today's story is an absolute wild ride. We're diving deep into a film packed with twists that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very last second. But before we unravel this masterpiece, I need a huge favor from you guys. Smash that like button, share this video with a friend who loves movies, and drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, let's get right into the action. The movie starts with this police officer who is on a mission in this village to find out what exactly is going on. While he's walking, he's talking on the phone and saying, "Boss, I want to leave because guns are being sold in the streets just like vegetables, and nobody here walks around without a weapon. I think the kids here are born with guns and they kill the doctor who brings them into the world." Then this seller calls him and says, "Look, it's either you buy from me or you die at my place, and in both cases, I'll be happy." So the officer says, "And why should I die? I'll buy from you." The seller shows him the weapons and says, "Look, you won't find weapons like these outside this town because we make them with our own hands." The officer asks him, "Do you make weapons because you're afraid of the police?" He answers him, "Police? Ha! Man, the police can't even face us, but our village is split into two halves. One half for our enemies, Sanera, and the other half for Rajati, which is where you are right now." After that, we see Bhavani, a follower of the Sanera clan, standing on their border. Suddenly, this kid relieves himself right next to him. Bhavani tells him, "Get out of here, boy." The kid replies, "I'm doing it inside our borders. Let any man among you speak up." But Bhavani gets angry, points his gun at the kid, and fires. The kid runs to his father and says, "I've been shot." The father asks, "Who shot you?" He tells him it was Bhavani. The father gets very angry and goes after him. And here we see the violent beast, the scary lion Ram. And honestly, he's a real Indian dragon. Anyway, there's a festival for their holy symbol, so he stays there singing and dancing with all the clan members. It's India, my friend. They love dancing and breaking bones. Anyway, things get messy and his brother Jaiba is about to kill Bhavani, but Ram stops him at the last second. Jaiba tells him, "Let me finish him," but Ram lets Bhavani escape. Later, their father holds a meeting to find out what happened. And by the way, their father is the clan leader. Jiba starts talking and tells his father, "While I was chasing the enemy, this fool was dancing and singing. No, he even saved him from my hands like he saved so many enemies." Ram tells his father, "Actually, I didn't save the enemy. I saved your son from a murder he was about to commit. And yes, I'm sorry, I forgot that you people love death and blood and you don't know the meaning of safety or living in peace. Anyway, why are you so angry? Your son is the one at fault. Was there no other place for him to relieve himself except in the man's face?" Then he gets a phone call, finishes it, and tells them, "See you later, you vampires." Jiba tells him, "Unfortunately, this is all you're good at. All night you're out with girls, and during the day you sell action movie CDs. Now go, because this meeting is for men, not for you." Ram says, "You're questioning my manhood? Fine. Go and ask any girl in the village about me. She'll tell you your brother is the manliest man in town. And before I go, I want to say two words. Enough war, enough blood, enough death. Let's make peace with Sanera." All the men point their guns at him, and his father says, "This time the guns are just pointed at you, but next time you'll be dead. We were raised on enmity, and we will continue in enmity because our pride doesn't allow us to hold hands with the enemy." Ram tells him, "Stay in this ignorance you're living in until the day comes when this land is destroyed." He leaves them and walks away. Next, we see Dankur Ba, the leader of Sanera. Yes, she's the one, my friend, the mother of dragons, but a slightly thicker version. Anyway, Bhavani tells her, "I caught Jiba and broke his bones." She tells him, "Of course, and you were going to kill him too, but Ram saved him from you. You are stupid and a liar. Get up, son, and call for Kanji." The guy goes to him, and Kanji has just returned from a trip and immediately jumped into his wife's arms. Someone knocks on the door, so the wife says, "Tell her 10 minutes and he'll come down," or tell her make it 10 days. If a bag of chips was opened, it wouldn't last 2 minutes with you, but man, the guy is a beast on planet India. Anyway, Kanji gets dressed and goes down to Dankorba as fast as possible. She tells him, "You came back from your trip and went straight to the bedroom? This thing will never end, you fool. Anyway, what did you do about the groom coming for your sister?" He tells her, "The guy lives abroad and he's educated, and here's his picture." She says, "His looks don't matter. Just let him come so we can marry off your sister and be done with it." And she keeps sniffing chili powder like she's sniffing flowers. It seems she's addicted to sneezing. Later, Ram goes to his friends who are watching action movies and tells them, "You fools, there's a party in the Sanera clan. Instead of sitting here studying theory, let's go there and do some practical application. You know how beautiful the girls are there." They tell him, "Man, are you crazy? If anyone suspects us there, they'll kill us instantly." He tells them, "It's a party. It's impossible for anyone to notice us." Fine, whoever comes with me gets a free action movie CD. At that point, they all agree and actually go there. And here we see the stunning beauty, the girl who will charm millions with her looks, Layla. And from here, the fun begins. Layla is a very cheerful girl and loves to joke with everyone. Suddenly, she finds Ram in front of her, pointing a water gun at her face. She looks at him and pulls out a weapon too, but hers is real. They keep staring at each other, and basically, this is that love born at first sight. Suddenly, Layla raises her hands and fires into the air. Later, the groom who applied for Layla arrives. Dankur Ba asks him, "What's your job?" He says, "Archaeologist." She tells him, "You'll leave that stupid job and work with us in the gun business." Then Ram's friends tell him, "That's enough, let's go." He says, "Whoever wants to go, go. I'm not leaving yet." At this time, he sees the sweetheart again and she sees him. He calls her, but she leaves him and walks away because her mother wants to show her to the groom. She actually goes to them, but Ram keeps following her and telling her, "Come on, come here." Her mother talks to her and tells her this is the groom, but her mind is somewhere else entirely. She leaves them and goes to Ram. He tries to put colored powder on her, but she pushes his hand away. He gets sad and goes to the other side, so she goes to him and starts putting the color on him with her own hands. Then she gets close to him and colors his beard, and they both keep dancing. At this time, her brother Kanji sees him, but before he can reach him, Ram's friends pull him away quickly and leave. After that, tells the officer Vanka, "I want you to go to the house of Radha, Ram's father. You'll find a lot of ammunition in their mansion, and this is obviously illegal. I want you to collect everything from them." The officer says, "But you know I love money. Take as much money as you want, but finish this by tomorrow at the latest." During this time, Ram can't be patient because he wants to see Layla again. His friends tell him, "Man, we've been here for 5 hours and nothing happened and nothing will. Curse you and her, you're gonna get us killed." He tells them, "I swear I'm not leaving until I see her." So he climbs this tree and enters her room. She's sitting there like this, and before she can walk away, she sees him. She says, "Huh? How did you get in here?" He says, "I'll even climb higher for you if you want." She says, "If anyone sees you here, it'll be a huge problem." He says, "I'm already in a huge problem. You stole my heart and I've come to take it back." She tells him, "Take it and go, boy. I don't keep scary things like that." He says, "Scary? Clearly you've forgotten what happened between you and the scary guy at the party." She says, "And how could something like that be forgotten?" He says, "But I came to tell you a secret." She says, "Climb up here and tell me." He climbs up to her and says, "Don't you dare love me because I'm from the Rajati clan, your enemies." She says, "I knew that from your killer looks." Suddenly, they call her, so he finds out her name is Layla. She goes to answer whoever's knocking at the door, and it's her brother's wife. She tells her that her mother wants her. She fixes her clothes, but she finds Ram sleeping on her bed. She says, "Has it come to this, that you sleep on my bed? Man, if anyone sees you, you won't get anything from them but a single bullet." He says, "I have no problem dying while I'm next to you, and man, it would be great if the bullet hit my heart." She says, "What is this? There isn't even one hair on your chest?" He says, "What? You too?" And she hits him. Then he says, "What do you think if we cut the distance and get married?" She says, "I agree." He says, "What? That fast?" She says, "Isn't it enough that I waited for you all these years? Do you want me to wait for what exactly?" And he can't believe what he's hearing. At this time, her annoying sister-in-law knocks again. So she tells him, "Go on, boy, get out of here quickly." Before he goes down, he says, "I forgot to tell you something." She says, "Tell me." So he gives her the thing, a kiss, and jumps into the water. The next morning, she wakes up and calls him. She says, "You beast, you've shocked my heart. I want to see you." He says, "Today I can't because I'll be in my brother's gun shop. Why don't you come?" She says, "Do you want my mother to kill me?" He says, "You're right. You're too weak to come to our clan territory." She says, "You fool, are you challenging me?" He says, "Maybe." She says, "We'll see." And actually, she gets into that Indian rickshaw and goes to him. She stands in front of the shop and he can't believe it. She goes inside and says, "You lost, and also pay the driver." He pays the driver, comes back to her and locks the door on them. She says, "Oh my God, you locked the shop, you savage? You locked it?" He says, "It's not even my shop, it's my brother's." She says, "Ugh, I already knew you were a failure." He says, "No, I do many things. I'm a professional car thief and I sell action movies, not to mention my other businesses." She says, "I don't want all that, Mr. Businessman. I just want you." He says, and what about the groom your mother picked for you? She says, I'll kick him out. He says, fine, what if she rejects me? She says, no, I'll convince her. He says, fine, what if I leave you? She says, I'll kill you. He says, and why? Let's just stay lovers, and the playfulness starts between them. They finish and she runs out only to bump into her fiancé. She says, what brings you here? He says, I just came to take some photos, and he takes a photo of her too. Later, the officer, Vanka, goes to Radha's house and brings out all the ammunition. Jiba tells him, I have a permit for this ammo. He says, this permit is for the shop, not the house. Suddenly, Ram says, by the way, you searched the whole house and forgot my room. Come here, there's plenty of ammo. He goes up with him and starts searching, so Ram puts on an action movie and the cop forgets the search and focuses on the movie. Ram says, look, all these CDs are imported, something from the year 2070. The cop says, fine, can I take these? Ram says, you can, but you'll leave the ammo in the house alone. The cop tells the soldiers, leave the ammo and pack up these lethal weapons in this cabinet, the CDs. Later on, Thankorba is looking through the photos when she spots a picture of Leela in the Rajati tribe's territory. She flips out and tells the girls, get the wedding dress ready because Leela is getting married this week. Leela is completely heartbroken and walks away from them, but a brother's wife follows her saying, you fool, your love for this man is going to be the end of you. Leela snaps back, I'm not marrying anyone but him. Later, Ram calls her and she tells him, it's all over. They're forcing me into a marriage and they've already taken my measurements for the dress. While he's talking to her on the phone, he is actually already reached her house. When she goes downstairs, she sees him running toward her and cracking jokes, so she tells him, keep joking around until you find me already married. He replies, do you think I'm stupid? I came here with a solution. We have to elope and get married far away from here and let whatever happens, happen. Just wait for me tomorrow morning and we'll run away together. She says, okay. The next morning, Ram goes to the spot to see his brother and his friends before he takes off. He keeps joking around with them until Kanji and his crew walk by. Jiba spits on the ground and Kanji tells him, watch yourself or I'll make my bullets shove that spit back down your throat. Jiba gets pissed and tries to jump him, but Ram holds him back and says, you know I don't like doing things this way. Then he tells Kanji, you and your boys need to chill. Go grab your drinks over there, there's an empty spot, go ahead and take a seat. They actually go and sit far away, but Jiba fires a bullet at their wine bottle. Ram takes 2 bottles to them and says, here are 2 fresh bottles for you. But Kanji hits back, Jiba responds, and everyone is laughing. Bhavani puts a bottle on his head and says, shoot. Jiba aims and hits it. Then Jiba puts Kanji through a very tough test. He puts the cup on his shoulder and says, shoot. Kanji gets ready to shoot, and Bhavani tells him, be careful, this time isn't easy. Kanji fires, but the bullet hits Jiba in the heart. Ram thinks his brother is joking and keeps laughing, but then he discovers his brother is dead, so he takes the gun and finishes Kanji off. He takes his brother to bury him, and Layla is in deep grief for her brother. She goes to her room and Ram comes to her. She hits him and says, you killed my only brother. He says, and me too, he was my only brother. I wronged you. Either kill me or stand by me and help me. Layla chooses to forgive him and hugs him. At that moment, her brother's wife walks in. She says, despite the fire inside me, you chose right. Go with him. Ram tries to apologize, but she says, don't you dare. Run now before I change my mind. So they both run away and reach the place where they will live. Ram is incredibly sad, so she takes him in her arms and says, everything will be okay. Forget everything. That same day, they get married and start the ceremony. They get ready for their romantic attack, but his phone rings. It's his friends. He answers and they tell him, don't worry, no one but us knows your location. We're downstairs. He goes down to them and his friend says, you have no heart. How can your brother be dead and you're here enjoying yourself with your girlfriend? Ram gets angry and says, don't talk about her like that. She's my wife now. His other friend separates them and says, Ram is right. Instead of hugging him and congratulating him, apologize to him quickly. He actually goes to apologize and they say, on this happy occasion, let's hang out for a bit. He says, I can't leave Layla, but they take him by force. He leaves and Layla understands it was against his will. He drinks a lot with them and stays late, so Layla calls him. He says, all right, I'm coming now. But his friends take the phone from him and say, man, the night isn't over yet. We're just sitting together for a bit. Ram tells them, Layla should have a statue built in the middle of our clan. After I killed her brother, her love for me didn't drop even a centimeter. She left her family and her whole world and ran away with me, even though her brother's blood was still on my hands. She forgot all that and didn't give up on me. Then he falls asleep right where he is, and his friends sneakily send a message with Ram's location to Bhavani. The next morning, Leela wakes up to find Bhavani right in her face. He drags her away by force while she keeps screaming for Ram. Ram finally wakes up, but he realizes there's a whole sea between them. He shouts at his friends, I trusted you guys. Why did you do this to me? They snap back at him, we trusted you too, but you ran away and left the whole clan to pay the price for your mess. Ram dives into the water, but he's too late to catch up with Leela. 3 days later, Leela is on a hunger strike. Her brother's wife tries to talk sense into her, saying, "The man you're starving yourself for is the same one who sold you out to destroy you and your mother." Leela tells her, "What we share is deeper than that. He would never do this to me. I'm going to my husband's house." But she stops her. Meanwhile, her mother is busy preparing for the wedding. Her son's wife looks at her and asks, "How can you force a girl to marry someone else when she's already married?" The mother ignores her and just keeps on with the preparations. Later, the Rajati clan celebrates the achievement Ram made. His father tells him, "Great job, Beast. You took the best revenge for your brother. You killed the clan's only heir and brought shame to their daughter. Honestly, I'm proud of you." And from today, Ram is the new clan leader. Ram is in a completely different world, but he puts on the hat and snaps out of it. He says in front of everyone that he will do the impossible to break the Sanera clan and destroy them. But what's in his heart is the exact opposite. The only person who feels what he's going through is his brother's wife. She tells him, "What? You gave up that easily and surrendered your love?" He tells her, "The ones who killed my brother are just enemies. There's no lover among them. Please, leave me alone. If you need anything, let me know. From today, I am the leader." Then they throw him a big party for the occasion, and the one dancing at the party is Priya. And honestly, the girl gave a performance that shook the ground. Later, the groom's family arrives from London to see their son's bride and finalize the marriage. Layla tells the groom's father, "Read my palm and see how many times I'm going to get married." The man is surprised, but her mother says, "Sorry, Layla is just joking with you." Layla tells them, "Fine, then let's spend the honeymoon at the Mashinda Hotel because the place there is beautiful. Actually, I spent my honeymoon with my husband there." The groom gets upset and is about to leave, but Dankurba tells him, "Sit down, you fool, and give the ring to your fiancée, Layla." Layla tells her, "You won't be able to take my husband's ring off me, and if you think you can, do it." Dankurba brings a wire cutter and says, "If you weren't my daughter, I would have cut your throat," and she cuts her finger off with total cruelty. Ram finds out what happened, goes to her house and sees her in this state. Layla feels his presence and wakes up, but he disappears quickly. Later, the wedding rituals begin, and her brother's wife brings her the dress and jewelry she'll wear. Layla tells her, "Marriage is a beautiful thing. Why don't you get married too?" She hits her and says, "Have you gone crazy?" Layla tells her, "You refuse to marry even though your husband is dead, while my husband is still alive. Please, go to Ram and let him know what's happening." She actually goes there and finds Ram's friends. They say, "His name is King Ram." They carry her and are about to attack her, but Ram's friend stops them and says, "If Ram finds out what happened, he'll kill us all." She goes back home. Layla asks her, "What happened?" She leaves her and walks away, so Layla stops her and she says, "This is what happened." At this time, Dankurba had seen everything, and Layla is in total shock. Dankurba sends men to take revenge on Ram's brother's wife and all the women of the Rajati clan. Then, Ram gathers the men and says, "We are going to take revenge for our women from the Sanera clan, but without weapons." The men are surprised and they all refuse. This old man stands up and says, "Your father was wrong when he gave you the leadership." Ram takes off his hat, leaves it for them, and walks away. He goes alone to the Sanera clan and enters the mansion of Dankurba. The guards try to stop him, but he breaks their bones one by one, without any weapon and without a drop of blood. Well, there's blood, but no death. Bhavani tries to act tough in front of him, but Ram breaks his bones violently. He goes to Dankurba. She says, "You could have called me. No need for all this noise you made. Take this piece of sweet." He says, "Enough. Enough pride, enough death, and enough blood. I'm standing here in front of you. If my revenge will bring your son back, kill me. And one more thing, we protect our women with our lives. And if you don't believe it, I'll show you. It's better for me and you to open a new page and live in peace." He leaves her and goes. Later, she calls him and says, "I agree. Come to us and we'll give you a reception worthy of your status." She hangs up, planning to betray him. Ram goes to them and Layla dances for him at the party. Dankurba had set a trap with a sniper to hit him. The sniper is about to shoot, but Bhavani makes him shoot Dankurba. She doesn't die but falls into a coma. Bhavani did that because he thought he would inherit the leadership, but that doesn't happen. His brother's wife tries to convince Layla to lead the clan. Layla refuses at first, but her brother's wife knows how to convince her. Later, Ram's father says, "Since we didn't do it, then who shot her?" The assistant says the village head will hold a meeting to find out who did it and solve this problem. Every clan leader attends and they talk a bit about their shared projects. Finally, the main topic is opened. This man tells Layla, "Look, daughter, this enmity between you has lasted over 500 years. I think enough is enough. Solve your problems." Ram says, "Finally, I found a sane person in this crazy village." But Layla says, "Impossible. You want me to hold hands with the people who killed my brother, assaulted my brother's wife, and tried to kill my mother?" Ram tells her, "Exactly what we did, you did too." She says, "Revenge for revenge, we will continue. How can we trust them after years of betrayal and hate? How can we love each other when we are enemies at heart?" Anyway, Anyway, I have no problem settling this, but I have my conditions. From today, there is no dealing between us. Layla says this, but Ram is the only one who feels what's in her heart. His eyes are a sea of tears. He tells the assistant, write this down. From today, there is no marriage and not a single bullet fired. I agree to your conditions. From today, there is no enmity. He goes next to her and says, a photo for this happy occasion. Both are in deep sorrow. Later, Ba wakes up from her coma but is unable to speak. She looks at Leela's finger and regrets what she did to her. Leela understands her look and says, don't worry, I'm fine now. Then Bhavani comes. He brings this contract and tells Leela, this is the peace treaty you agreed on yesterday. Leela signs it without reading. Later, Ram's father tells him, you're wrong. How can you give her all the big deals? You just proved the betrayal of her mother was on you. He says, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that we live in peace, and Leela is sure that betrayal and treachery are not in my nature. Next, we see the statue of the villain, which they made to destroy at the Peace Festival, symbolizing the end of evil between them. But the contract Bhavani gave to Leela wasn't a peace treaty. It was a contract to attack the Rajadi clan on the day of the festival, and Leela had signed it without knowing. The festival begins, and the Sanera clan starts attacking them, killing many, including Ram's people. Ram's father gathers the men and decides to attack the Sanera clan. Later, the Sanera clan praises Layla for this great work. Layla asks, what are you talking about? This person tells her, you're killing of King Ram today. The whole clan is impressed. Layla hears this and is in a state I can't even describe. Later, this person asks Don Korba, why did you attack the Rajadi clan at the festival where you were supposed to make peace? Don Korba is in total shock. Then Ram's brother's wife comes and tells her, we were supposed to learn love from Ram and Layla and live in peace, but you refused. Kill the youngest heir and end the story. At this time, Layla decides to end her life after Ram's death, but she finds Ram behind her, pointing a gun at her. She's so happy he's still alive and wants to hug him, but he pushes her away and says, thanks for the signature. Many people from the clan died, and the rest are coming for revenge. She says, ah, and you came to save me. He says, no, I came to stop the massacre that's about to happen, and you're gonna help me. She says, do you really think this came from me? He says, no, but I didn't come here to take you in my arms. I came to kill you. My people have arrived. Look, if we both die, the enmity between the two clans will end. We don't have much time. At this time, Ba gives the gun to the boy. Revenge for your people. He says, Uncle Ram said revenge doesn't bring back the dead. Living in peace is better. He goes to her and hugs her. Suddenly, Ba kills Bhavani, ending the enmity, and tells her son's wife, go pack Layla's bags because she's going to her husband's house. Ram tells Layla, you know, girl, I wished you would have 36 children before we died. She says, why, boy? Do you think I'm a machine? They both laugh. Then he says, ready? They point their guns at each other and a look of farewell passes between them. Ram tells Layla, I want you to put the bullet in my heart, just like your love hit me at first sight. But suddenly, there's a knock at the door. It's her brother's wife coming to tell them the good news, but they don't open the door. They hug each other with the gun at each other's side. Unfortunately, they both pull the trigger and die together. And here, the movie ends. No, don't be sad. I want to tell you that in the end, this is just a movie. I'm telling you this to convince myself too. I've been feeling down for 3 days because of this movie, but your comment will make me happy. And by the way, for those who don't know Ram and Layla, Ranveer and Deepika actually got married in real life, but they didn't have 36 children, my friend. They had a girl who looks like an angel. Why? Because Deepika isn't a machine. Oh, in the end, it's Planet India, my friend. So don't be sad and don't forget to like and leave a comment from your heart. Take a look at the channel. I promise you'll find many videos you'll love.